Tonight on Q2, coming to the rescue.
We're going to save TikTok for Americans. So Wyoming will become a technical hub of the globe.
A Wyoming man looks to save TikTok for the low price of $47.5 billion. Plus, snow on the slopes.
Snow means everything to us.
A foot of fresh powder adds to an already successful ski season in Red Lodge. And Kaden's court.
He'd find an empty court anywhere he went.
One family now looking to revamp Pioneer Park in honor of a loved one. The MTN 10 o'clock news starts right now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday night. I'm Russ Riesinger. The clock is once again ticking on TikTok. The social media app, which was saved from a previous shutdown, is facing a new deadline with the 75-day delay set to expire. But now a Wyoming man is looking to make sure that doesn't happen, bidding nearly $48 billion to purchase the app from ByteDance. Tonight, our David J. hears from him and the reasons behind his push to save TikTok.
Russ Riesinger says if successful, it will create a Silicon Valley in Wyoming. He says that will go along with the state's other legacy industries, energy, agriculture, and tourism. He says he's confident, and he's the one that can get the deal done. Russ Riesinger has always had lofty goals and big ambitions, but the 40-year-old Casper native has never done something quite like this.
It's an amazing investment for America.
Riesinger and his investment group have made a $47.5 billion offer to purchase TikTok.
It's an amazing investment for Wyoming, and the Mountain West states here will all benefit from this. That's for sure.
Russ Riesinger is the CEO and founder of Omnivest Financial in Casper and says the offer is an investment and also about national security. He believes more than 170 million Americans on TikTok may have their security and data breached.
We're going to acquire TikTok and the algorithm, and there will be a clean break from ByteDance and the Chinese government for both of those, and we're going to bring it home right here to America.
The Chinese government was also a concern when the 2023 Montana legislature passed a law banning TikTok, even though that law was ultimately met with an injunction. But Riesinger's potential investment addresses the legislature's concerns about rights to privacy and the Chinese government's access to information.
It looks like it's going to move into what the whole intent of the bill was.
State Senator Shelley Vance from Belgrade was the main sponsor of that bill, supports Riesinger's idea, and says the intent of the bill was not to take away business opportunities on TikTok.
It was completely all about the Chinese Communist Party and their evil ways.
Many others, including Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary and popular YouTuber Mr. Beast, have also made offers to acquire TikTok. But Riesinger believes he's the man who has what it takes to make it happen, a potential purchase that would put TikTok in American hands.
We want to use these platforms as they were intended to be used. It's social media, not censored media.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
President Donald Trump says he's agreed to a temporary pause on tariffs for many goods from Mexico and some additional products from Canada that are covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Trump said he's issuing the one-month exemption for goods compliant with the USMCA deal reached during his first term. That trade agreement allows goods to move between the three countries tariff-free if they meet certain qualifications, designating them as made in North America. The announcement came after Trump spoke with the Mexican president and says the modification was made for the short term because it would have hurt American car companies. Meanwhile, it was another day of losses on Wall Street, with the Dow dropping 427 points. Trump's also pressing ahead with downsizing government. Cabinet secretaries met with Elon Musk today to talk about the Department of Government Efficiency's efforts to cut costs and staff. CBS News has learned the administration is working on an executive order to begin the process of dismantling the Department of Education. Well, winter is not quite done with us yet. Take a look at this, Red Lodge Mountain today, where the snow was coming down fast. In fact, some of those higher elevations saw around a foot of fresh powder. As our Charlie Kleps found out, this is just the latest batch of snow on what has already been a pretty successful season.
The snow steadily fell here in Red Lodge on Thursday, part of a trend this year as the mountain got back to normal in terms of their snowfall, something that ownership and visitors say they desperately needed.
The powder's coming down really well.
Nothing compares to a day on the slopes.
I get known about 110 days in a year.
And for many Montanans, there's no place they'd rather be.
If you're not here, you're in the wrong place.
That passion was felt in Red Lodge Thursday as snow continued to pile up.
We went back on Coal Creek and it was amazing. There was a ton of powder back there.
We got the coverage. It's getting relatively safe everywhere you go now.
In total, Red Lodge has received 81 inches of natural snow since January 1st, and snowfall is up 30% for the whole season.
You know, you go through a bad snow year and it's almost like going through a stretch of minus 30-degree weather, and once you get back to 0 degrees, it feels pretty good. And
it's a lot better than it was, say, at the end of December.
Chief Meteorologist Ed McIntosh has been closely watching the snow pile up at ski areas across Montana. He says Red Lodge is unique.
Red Lodge really depends on storms that come in from the north.
McIntosh says while Billings experienced its third snowiest February ever, the bulk of most of those storms actually miss Red Lodge.
A lot of it just seemed to focus on that area of central Montana where we just had a couple of major storms.
Red Lodge and most Montana ski areas have experienced a season of mostly average snowfall, but the state's oldest ski area, Showdown Mountain, is an exception.
We have had incredible snow. It is pumping up here.
With snowfall well above average following a year where the mountain saw its lowest snow totals in 80 years.
you know, when it snows anywhere, we're happy because we know that's getting people excited to be out in the snow sports.
And the season isn't over yet, which means you won't hear any remorse in Red Lodge.
Normally these big dumps come right after we close, or darn near to it.
Last year it wasn't quite as good, so we kind of were selective about when we came up with the 6 take, but this year I've been able to come up a ton and it's been really good.
In Red Lodge, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Yeah, we did well with the snow around the Red Lodge area today in various areas between 1 and 5 miles from Red Lodge, between 12 and 16 inches of snow. And we still have some more snow falling over the Beartooth right now, as you can see, from Red Lodge closer to Roberts. Also a little bit just west and southwest of Columbus. Not much around Billings, had only trace amounts today. We have some light snow also continuing to fall in Cody, but it's not showing up on the radar very well. Same thing with Sheridan. Light to moderate snow for the last several hours, starting to pile up a little bit more, just not showing up very well on our radar. But we're going to have a decrease in our snow-bearing clouds and the snow showers late tonight through early tomorrow morning. We have some other changes too. I'll have your complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Today marked the second day of marathon floor sessions in the Montana House and Senate, with lawmakers working to move hundreds of measures through at least one chamber before the deadline. The focus for Montana senators this morning revolved around a bill that would change laws relating to chemical abortions. Senate Bill 479 would require healthcare providers to physically examine the patient before and be on location when the patient takes the abortion pill. They would also have to provide the patient with a catch kit and medical waste bag, which would need to be disposed of by manufacturers of the abortion drug. Supporters say it's for the health of the environment, while opponents say it's a bill that aims to criminalize abortion.
This bill simply ensures that when abortions are conducted at home, that the toxic and dangerous results of the chemical abortion are not dumped into our drinking water. We are drinking other people's abortions.
If the bill were really about protecting a clean and healthful environment, I would suggest that other drugs are a heck of a lot more likely to impact the environment as well as our citizens.
The bill would also place possible prison time on healthcare providers and manufacturers for not following those conditions. The measure did fail its second reading on a deadlock vote of 25 to 25. One Billings family is on a mission to transform a popular Billings park while remembering the loss of a loved one. Kaden Edinger died in 2017 after receiving a pill laced with a certain kind of fentanyl. But now his family is looking to give back to the Billings community by honoring the game that he loved the most, basketball. Tonight, our Haley Monaco has more on Kaden's court.
This is Kaden's memorial tree, and right behind it, the space doesn't look like much now, but his family is on a mission to revamp the area into a basketball court in memory of their son.
We wanted to do something that would carry on his love of basketball and carry on him and his light.
In July of 2017, Kim Edinger lost her only son, Kaden, to a drug overdose.
He took something that he thought was an oxycodone college from someone that sold out of the cafeteria. He was there in Bozeman visiting, and turned out to be carfentanil, and it killed him.
Now the family wants to turn pain into purpose, hoping to honor Kaden with something he loved so much.
He'd find an empty court anywhere he went. He always loved basketball. I think the biggest reason he loved it was him and my husband's thing.
The southwest corner of Pioneer Park,
this is the forgotten part of the park, and my son loved the underdog.
Is the perfect place for a basketball court for anyone to enjoy.
A place where you can belong to something, even if it's a pickup game.
The family teamed up with Partners for Parks Foundation and got the ball rolling.
In order to start construction on Kaden's court, we need money. This is a true grassroots project. It'll be funded through donations, sponsorships.
With fundraising events already scheduled in the coming months, the goal is $85,000.
He's always part of our family, even if he's not here.
Kaden, standing at 6'4", struggled with anxiety, and basketball was an outlet.
He always said to me, Mom, when I get my life back on track, I'm going to help everybody who struggles with anxiety and depression. I'm going to help them because I've been there. And he just didn't get the chance. And sometimes I think maybe that's what we're doing now.
Bringing awareness to addiction, anxiety, and depression, ending the stigma around it, and offering an outlet for all.
So that they can go there and just know that there's always somebody in their court.
In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.